Hi and welcome to Improper Fractions and Mixed Numbers. Just before we start, a reminder that there is a notes jotter available for this video. Check the description below for a download link and you can work along with me as we go through the video. Okay, so we're going to begin with a few diagrams in order for us to write down some improper fractions and mixed numbers and see the connections between them. Now, the first thing we need to look at here is what a full diagram has been split into. So a full one is a full circle, and in this case it has been split into two equal pieces. Now if I've been splitting into two, that means I am dealing with halves, and so my fractions are both going to be something to do with the half. Now the question is, if I were to count up everything that is in this diagram, well, how many halves do I have? Well, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then half of one, so that is another 1, that is 5 over 2. Now 5 over 2 is what is known as an improper fraction. It's an improper fraction because the numerator is larger than the denominator, so the top is bigger than the bottom. Improper fractions, some people sometimes call them top-heavy fractions because the top is heavier than the bottom. But what I want to think about is what this would be as a mixed number. Now a mixed number is a case where we have a whole number followed by a fraction. And so in this case the mixed number is all about how many full diagrams do we actually have. Well, the full diagram would be this one and this one. And so we have two full diagrams and we have one half diagram. And so 5 over 2 is exactly the same as 2.5. What about in the next two? Well, in the next two diagrams, this first full shape has been broken down into 4 equal pieces. And so we are dealing with quarters. And the question is, in the very first diagram, how many quarters have I got? Well, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so my improper fraction is 7 over 4. But if I want to write that as a mixed number, well, how many full diagrams do I have? Well, I have one full diagram, and therefore my whole number is 1. And how many parts of a diagram have I got? I have 3. And so I have 1 and 3 quarters. 7 over 4 is 1 and 3 quarters. In the last one, each of my full diagrams, well, they have been split into 6 equal pieces. So if I was dealing with the number of actual sixths that are involved, well, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 sixths. And 16 sixths, if we wanted to write that as a mixed number, well, we have 1 full diagram, 2 full diagrams, and so that is 2 as our whole number, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left over, we have 4 sixths. Now technically both of these could be simplified. 16 over 6, they're both even numbers, so we could half them both. We'd have 8 over 3, and if we do the same here, well, the 2 is going to remain the same, but the 4 sixths, well, that will become 2 and 2/3. And so we have a relationship between improper fractions and mixed numbers. But how could we work out what the improper fraction or the mixed number was without drawing pictures? Well, the key to this is knowing that a fraction means to divide. And so what we're actually saying is, in this first one, 7 over 2 means 7 divided by 2. How many 2's go into 7? And so if I want to turn this into a mixed number, that's the question I need to ask. 2 goes into 7 3 times, and so that is going to be my whole number. The fractional part, well, 2 goes into 7 3 times with 1 left over, and it's 1 half that is left, and so 7 over 2 is 3.5. If we do the same again for 8 over 3, how many times does 3 go into 8? Well, it goes in twice with a remainder of 2, and so that means I have 2 and 2/3 left over. 11 over 4, same idea. How many times does 4 go into 11? Well, it goes in twice with 3 left over, and so I have 3 quarters left. And so to turn an improper fraction into a mixed number, you just do the division. How many times does the denominator fit into the numerator? In order to turn a mixed number into an improper fraction, well, obviously it's going to be almost a reverse process. And so in this case, if you think about the diagrams we saw before with 2 and 3/5, that would mean I had 2 full diagrams which were split into 5 pieces. And so those pieces I would have had 5 and then another 5 and then 3. So 5 in the first full diagram, 5 in the second full diagram and 3 in the last. So if I add those together, that gives me 13. And so this must be 13/5. But how could I get that quickly? Well, it's just a case of multiplying the whole number by the denominator and then adding the numerator. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 3. So let's try that here. 3 3/4. If we multiply the whole number by the denominator, 3 times 4 is 12, and then add the numerator, that is 15. So we have 15/4. And finally, 5 1/2. Well, if I multiply the whole number by the numerator, 5 times 2 is 10, and then add the numerator, I get 11/2. So multiply the whole number by the denominator and add the numerator. And so we end with the exam question. It came from the Edexcel mock papers and it was on paper 1. And it says work out 2 3/4 times 3 1/5. Now in this situation we need to multiply the fractions together. So the rule when we multiply is that you multiply the numerators and you multiply the denominators. But currently these are mixed numbers. It's difficult to do the multiplication when they are mixed numbers. And so what we are going to do is we're going to convert each of them into an improper fraction. So 2 3/4, I'm going to multiply the 2 and the 4 to give me 8, and then add on the 3. So that is 11/4. 3 1/5, I'm going to multiply the 3 by the 5, gives me 15, and add the 1, that gives me 16/5. Now these two things are going to be multiplied. And so if we multiply fractions, well, we multiply the top and we multiply the bottom. So 11 times 16, well, let's do 10 times 16 first, is 160, and then another 16 will be 176. 4 times 5 is 20. Now that, in terms of fractions, we always try to simplify if we possibly can. Well, both of these are even numbers, and so we can divide them both by 2. And if we do that, we actually get 88/10. And both of those are even numbers as well. And so we can just say in this case, that would be 44/5. And that is its simplest form. But what we want to think about is the question began with a set of mixed numbers. And so we should really give our answer as a mixed number as well. So how many times does 5 go into 44, sorry. Well, 5 goes into 44 8 times with 4 left over. So we have 8 4/5.